All right, so what I found was that this here was actually on it like this, and so there was a screw there. It was on there with the screw. Just take it off, move that out of the way, and this fits a whole lot better on there. So now I have to figure out these wires connect into the horn, which is this over here. So I'll have to figure out which one is the positive. I believe the yellow is the positive. So I'll figure that out. All right, so ended up cutting into that wire right there and spliced it to that one because it had to get power from somewhere, right? Can't just get power from there. And this is the switch that I cut off, which is like a circuit. That's what's supposed to make the horn go, touching these two wires. So I'm guessing both of these need to be connected. But there's only one spade though. So what happened to it? Should I just throw a wire in there and see if it fits? Good enough, call it a day. Also, this is really tight. And I can't pull it off anymore. So, all right, so end result of what I did here, all my tools, everything else here. All right, so this is what I ended up doing here. I was not able to use the horn on the steering wheel as intended because I just could not figure out how to make it work with the relay system that it has. This is not a common, it just needs power to power the horn in there. This is attached to a relay. It's a 92 Ford Ranger. So I thought about, using those two wires to loop through here and go through here. They're gonna go inside there and come out through here, and they were gonna go around this through here. And my idea was to ground the steering wheel with its own ground and attach the positive of the relay to that only spade. This is how it came. It only came with one spade. So I couldn't figure out, I don't think this works for my truck. And I think this part was supposed to be touching this thing right here. I think it was supposed to touch this thing, but as soon as it touches this, it was honking. It was full on, not stopping. So that is a problem that they did not think about. Or I got the wrong kit. So instead, I'm just gonna wire up the switch here. Get a better one later on for the horn. And just mount the steering wheel like normal. All right, so all in all, this is the end result here of what it looks like from the inside, from the outside. It looks good. I like it. I had to mount the switch for the horn right there. As you can see, it does work. And it's pretty sturdy. It'll probably work, but I like it though. It's much better than the original one. I've had this in my garage probably for about a year before I decided to get brave and put it on myself. Couldn't really find a mechanic that would really do it for me. And those wires right there are just for the car charger. Don't mind that. But aftermarket fuel gauge disconnected at the gauge at the hood. Sorry, it's just broken. I think the anti-slosh is messed with, and somebody tried to get it to work before me. GPS speedometer, that thing works really well. All in all though, this is gonna be a great truck. And I got a surprise. All right, my wife decided to decorate the truck for Christmas. All right, well, I like it. The inverter's right there. And here where I live, it's a small enough city. It's not that small, population of about 1 million almost. But plug in the inverter there, and the Christmas lights will light up as well. Right now it's connected to home power though. All right, well, you guys have a good Christmas. All right, I just wanted to give my final ending, what my review on is for Grant steering wheels. Honestly, I don't think they're worth it. I think the instructions are translated from Chinese or something. A lot of the applications that I've seen people using, trying to read the instructions, doesn't fit for them either. There's not a lot of people installing Grant steering wheels. There's quite a few people on YouTube doing it. But as far as, people who want to spend more money, they'll probably get better products, which I will eventually in the future get something that actually works with my horn and try to figure it out. I just don't understand the mechanics of my horn, and I think that should be included in the instruction manual, saying, hey, for example, that clicky button that was behind the steering wheel that I removed with the bolts and everything, it was that button clicker thing. I think that was supposed to make contact with the entire steering wheel when it spins, so there's no wire getting tangled with the steering wheel when you do a full turn or some more, and I don't know that. I don't know the mechanics of it. I don't really know how it works. But to be honest though, I wasn't at all impressed with the instructions that I tried to find online. Through my own fault, I lost a bolt, but at least luckily I found a spare bolt that works, and it's hidden with the forward button horn cap, so you don't really see it, but it's definitely different. But I just I really don't like rigging stuff up just to make it work. I know that my truck's old and it has a lot of stuff already on it that's rigged, and the less I can do, the better it is for me. And the fact that I had to make a switch for my horn really bummed me out. But honestly, I think this kit just wasn't for my truck, or if it was, I went on the Grant Grant website right now, and it still shows that same kit, that when I punched in the year of my truck and everything, it shows that kit is for my truck. But I don't understand how it doesn't work then, because the first time I got it and I removed the steering wheel, what I didn't show you guys was in the back of the
in the back of the hub, there is a disc back there, and I didn't take a picture of it. I don't think anybody else might have taken a picture of it. But so on the back of that hub, well, the hub has 2 wires sticking out, and on the back of that hub, there's a disc with a line ingrained separating both of those wires. Now, I guess what they were trying to do is they were trying to make it so that, you know, the pins that stick out from that clicker button thing, it's supposed to, one of them is supposed to go on the side with one of the wire, and the other was supposed to be as well on the side with, I'm assuming, maybe grounded. And that's where the instructions aren't clear at all. It's kind of crap, because even if I did get it working with that clicker button, and, you know, those 2 black wires, if you touch them together, it made the horn honk, you know, where are you supposed to, I mean, there's only one spade on that connector disc, or whatever it's called on the manual. And I think it really was, I mean, I don't think I lost parts, and I know I had that sitting in the garage for a year, and I moved it around from here and there, but I don't think it's missing an extra spade. And even if I did have an extra spade there, I tested it, and if you put both hot and ground on that connector disc, it just lays in the horn, it hunks. So I believe that you're supposed to ground that one of the wires to the steering wheel, and the positive would probably be the one connected to the spade, and that clicker button is supposed to always have contact with that disc from the back of the hub. But it's just too much to think about, and it looks fine without, you know, the horn working. And I did get the horn to work for inspection purposes. They're gonna ask me where the horn is, because they're gonna notice it's not gonna work, but it's just in the bottom of the steering wheel. I will end up getting a better switch for it. I'm not happy with the switch that I got for it. It's just something quick at Walmart, and I want the switch that you push to activate and you know, release to, kind of like you would in a regular horn, just a smaller version of it. But I know that I have to look around for that. It's probably around somewhere, maybe on Amazon or something. But anyways, you guys, thank you again for watch my video. If you guys have Rangers too and Explorers, I heard they were the same. I got to give props to a couple of YouTubers I was watching out there. There was a guy on YouTube dressed as a clown who was changing his Grant steering wheel, you know, changing out his Camaro's steering wheel to a Grant one, and he made it look easy, but they don't really go into detail. And of course, my application wasn't the same. I know that I've seen a couple applications for Chevys where there's a spring, some kind of a spring attached to, you know, the steering wheel, and I don't know how they managed. Some of them were soldering the wire together with solder connectors. I don't know how they did that, but he did it and he got it to work. And I was thinking about doing the same thing. The only thing I started realizing was, if I turn the wheel all the way, it's gonna pull the wire and possibly break a wire, possibly cause an accident too. So that's why I just did what I did. But yeah, there's a couple of people that like were good out there with their videos. There was a guy who did the same thing on an Explorer, but he did a different kind of steering wheel. It wasn't a Grant. It was probably something better, and he didn't really show the issue that I had with that clicker button. I think he left his on, and now I think I understand why, because that probably has a lot to do with the contact when you're turning the wheel. I don't know about this. Like I said, good luck to you guys figuring out, if you get a Grant steering wheel, how to make it work. If you do get it to work, then, you know, post it on YouTube so that I can see. I may just retry it and may try to put the clicker button back on. I still have all the bolts and tools for it, so I don't know. But thank you very much for watching. Have a Merry Christmas again.